Hello, everybody. Thursday, September 17th. I'm here. Just got in from our trip on the Gale Force. Hey, Jeff. Hey, John. Long day. Been up since 4. So if I look beat up a little bit, I am. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Terry. John, it was great fishing today. Great fishing. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram. I think I posted it on our Facebook page too, maybe not. But I know I did on Instagram. Posted a bunch of pictures. Got some big yellowtail. I think we ended up with 11. And a bunch of smaller ones, but we had, yeah, I didn't post the pictures there yet on my Facebook page. They're up on Instagram though. And it was great fishing, really good. Hey Oz, you made it home safe? Good. Oz was with us today. It was a bunch, probably 25 to 30% of the boat today were people that were right here on YouTube Live. So it's cool. Look okay. We're being up since 4 o'clock. Hello, Lake Elsinore. There's Terry, San Diego, Kevin's Burbank. Yeah, Tony, it was a really good trip today. I mean, big bonita today. It was cool. And then you guys were asking me to do this, so I did do super chats now. So super chat is that dollar sign there on the bottom, and you can send money my way, donation or whatever you want to call it. You could do that. Terry made ribeye steaks. We've only been here for 3 minutes, and the conversation's already going to food. So John says he's jumping on the premiere. Yeah, it was really good fishing, guys. Like, I can't tell you how good it was. It was just we didn't have that many stops, and once we got to the first stop, there was yellowtail there. My very first fish I caught was a yellowtail, and the last fish that I dumped at the boat, I got in a really bad tangle with 4 other lines, and their spectra line just sawed off my monofilament right at color. And it was one of those 25, 30-pound yellows. So that was a little frustrating, but that's fishing. That's where it goes. Manuel, how is the super chat working out for you so far? We've only did it one time. I think I got like $25 or something. So it's a start. Like when I first started doing these back in March, I was only getting like 20, 30 people. I got to 50 people. Then I got to 100 people. When we were here Tuesday, we had 200 people. And the most I've ever had on at one time so far has been a little over 300. So that's pretty good. So we'll see how many we get today. Brian is from Oregon. Hello. Mean Bird, what are you planning to having on dinner? I picked up a patty melt I'm going to have after this is over. So that's my dinner for tonight. Normally I would just make dinner, But I didn't feel like making dinner tonight after being up since 4 o'clock, and I still have to go take a shower. I just put all the fish in the refrigerator, all the fillets. I haven't broken them down and put them in the freezer yet, so I'll do that pretty soon. But we can get April starting to eat. April, April. You can hear her coming. Here she comes. The co-star, the talent of this podcast, Miss April. There she goes. That's what she does best, eat. What else is here? We got Brian saying hi from Oregon. Tony, I sent you an email with my jackpot from yesterday. You send me an email right now, Tony, because I haven't seen it. J90, how is my health? Good. After the surgeries and everything, and it's good. I was able to, it's funny because some of the skippers now, they make comments how 2 years ago, how they would see me get on the boats, even last year. No, I guess 2 years ago, when I had to use a cane and stuff to get on the boats and move around the boats. Now I'm fine, no problem. So it's going really good. Everything's good. Heron, I believe, was with us today. Jeff Tough Luck. Yeah, that happens. Oh, you caught a 90-pound Opa today. That's cool. You must have caught that down deep. You get that on jig or you get that on bait? So Terry says she had a ribeye for me. Well, I didn't know. Could make it all the way to San Diego, pick it up. So Deep Blue says there was something on the news about the San Pedro tide pool poachers. I didn't see that, and I haven't been around the news today. I was out at Catalina all day. I've been there. I left my house here at 5 o'clock. No, 4:45 this morning. Up at 4 o'clock this morning, and went straight to landing, and that was it. So maybe you guys can do some super chat so I can buy more hot dogs for April. So we could use some super chat love here tonight. What other stuff we have here? Loco Joe, hey Dan, I was out. Mustang Monday, bite was slowed down. Transponder, following cup. Pizza on the smoker tonight. Yeah, the fishing has slowed down a little bit in San Diego. So hopefully it will pick up here soon. That's okay, saying hello from San Diego. Michael Jackson, hello. Thank you very much. Oh, Tony says send me an email 10 minutes ago. I just checked my emails not too long ago. Yeah, I didn't get your email. I just checked my emails right now, and there's no email there. So maybe you need to resend it or check that you got the email address right. Hey, Al, thank you for your super chat there. Yeah, Tony, resend me the picture so I can see it. Eric, hello from the Diaz family. His kids love the chat. Penny says hi. Oh, Penny says hi to April. I thought Penny said hi to me. April. April. Come say hi to Penny. Penny wants to say hi to you. Come on. There she is. Okay, Penny, say hi to April. Good. We're at 70 people, but we only got 25 likes. Let's get more. So Kevin sent me a text that on KNX radio they're reporting that people were taking things from tide pools from White Point. And what were they taking? They were taking starfish, sea snails, and they even took a lobster, confiscated lobster. So that's not good. I guess poachers will poach anything. Yeah, Jeff said he saw something about it too. Yeah, Brian, if you're going to get a Komodo for ocean fishing, get the power handle. Very, very important. Al was on the boat today, and Al had been with me on a private charter, and his reels, he couldn't cast when he was on private charter with me because when he bought the line, when he bought his reel, the guys at the store put too much fluorocarbon on his reel. So every time he cast, the knot would hit a guide and he'd get a big backlash. So I told him to take like half the spectra off his reel, put 100 yards of monofilament, and then you could put a small piece of fluorocarbon on top of that. And it worked good. And he was real grateful. He picked up one of those Turner's California rods and had his first 8-foot rod. And he caught his first yellowtail today with us on the Gale Force. So he was real thankful. And it was nice to see that someone I met on one of my private charters who joined me on a trip listened and picked up the right gear, and he was able to turn that into his first yellowtail today. Okay, so it's Michael Jackson's question. Can you ever completely get over getting seasick? Yeah, Michael, I used to get seasick every trip when I was in college. And then I just got over it. I mean, one day I was on a boat, I was in college, heading out on a 3/4 day trip. And okay, so Deep Blue's talking about 45 people charged with poaching, over harvesting mussels, sea urchins, snails from tide pools. Wow, they got 45 people. That's a lot of people. So another question here is that someone's been using green peas here to catch opali. He wants to know where he can catch bigger ones. I'd say probably go try a different spot because you're learning to catch the fish on green peas. So that's the key. So you just need to go fish some different areas where there's be some bigger ones. And you have to remember too, lots of times when you guys catch the smaller fish, the smaller calico bass, the smaller sand bass, the smaller tuna, the smaller opali, it's because the smaller fish are faster. So I don't know. Maybe try a little weight, like a split shot, and get down deeper. Maybe you can get down deeper, and the little fish won't get to it in time. But there's a reason the small fish hook more because they're a lot faster. Okay, Jeff says that there was a segment in the news about it, about the poaching. Oh, what was the story I was telling? What was the story I was telling before I went to the poaching thing? Okay. Somebody remind me and I'll go back to it. Adam Miller, is the bonita bite slowing down? At Catalina, it's not, and they're actually getting big. They are really big fish. Some of the bonita we had today, I don't know, 10 pounds, 8 pounds. They were pretty big. We had some smaller ones, but we did have a bunch of that grade over 24 inches where you can catch five bonita any size. You catch another five that are 24 inches or more. And we had those fish today. Oh, that's what I was talking about, seasickness. Seasickness. I see a question there about seasickness again. Henry's asking, what breakfast can you eat before a fishing trip that won't lead to seasickness? I would think some sort of bread or something to fill your stomach. I usually don't eat breakfast until I'm on the boat. Two reasons: because I'm up at 4 in the morning. I don't want to eat that early, and I normally don't eat till I get on the boat to help out the crew and spend my money on the boat instead of. I'm not going to wake up at 3 o'clock to make breakfast at home, and 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is too early for me for breakfast. So I'll just eat it on the boat. But I'll also tell you the story about seasickness. So I used to get sick all the time, high school and college age. One day I'm on a 3/4 day boat. I think I left out of Belmont Pier when they used to have sport boats there, and I was had my tackle box with me. Didn't have that much gear, and this one older gentleman and I started talking about fishing tackle, lures, and my routine was always when I get on the boat, buy a soft drink, Pepsi, Coke, whatever, and I wouldn't open it up. And I knew once I got to the breakwater and we passed the breakwater, I was going to get sick instantly. I would throw up and I would use the Coke to wash out my mouth. And then I drink a little bit at the end. That was the routine. Did it for years like that. And this one particular day, this guy, we were just talking about fishing gear and we pull out lures and he goes, I have this lure and I pull out mine. I go, well, I have something like that lure, but I have this color. I don't have that chrome color that you had. And we're going through different hooks and stuff like that. So we're just talking fishing tackle, going through all that. Before I knew it, the skipper says, you guys get ready to grab a bait. I think we were bottom fishing, that they had squid ready to start putting it on your hooks. And before I knew it, we were on the spot and we started fishing. And that was the first day that I didn't get seasick. And then after that, I didn't get seasick again. So that worked for me. That was my trick. So that's how I didn't get seasick. Um, okay, there was some questions here. Heading out. Oh, and they're talking about handing out tickets. Okay. Vincent? Yes, I got a haircut. Finally, my barber's open here in LA County. So I wanted to support him, support his business. So I went over there and got a haircut. Brian, okay, for the tip. Yeah, So J90's talking about seeing people with short fish, keeping fish that they should release. So I wouldn't really confront people about it if you're on a pier or something, but I would definitely try to educate them. Just let them know, you know, just want you to know that calico bass, that sand bass, has to be 14 inches to be legal to keep. I wouldn't harp on them to let it go because, like you're saying, they had a knife and all that, so you don't want to get in trouble like that. But maybe you could educate them. Richard's gonna get that ribeye steak. I think Terry said that she gave it to her daughter. I'm sure it's gone already. Al, I'm a good listener. Yeah, you are, Al, and it was nice. And see if you can take that other reel back. Like I've told you, Jeff said it many times. When you guys get a new reel and you want it for casting, to cast a live bait out, it really makes a difference if you get um, a reel that has a star drag. A star drag you can cast a lot farther. See, somebody made another gift there. Thank you very much for a super chat. Yeah, Jeff, I normally use like half the length of a rod. So if I have an 8-foot rod, I only put like a 4-foot piece of fluoro. So the blue is asking, have I ever gone salmon fishing in the Sacramento River? No, I have not. I've been salmon fishing out of Emeryville, and fishing outside the Golden Gate Bridge, out that area. But I haven't been salmon fishing in the river, Sacramento River. I'd like to try that one day. Yeah, I don't think you guys can really target Opa. I mean, usually when you hook Opa, you're fishing deep for tuna. Um, I guess if you want to target Opa, you're gonna use a 6-ounce sinker or something, or a jig down deep. That's how you're gonna catch them. You're not gonna get them fly line fishing, as a rule. BT fishing. What is your favorite spot in San Diego to fish? Usually, when I'm in San Diego, it's to go offshore tuna fishing. Um, but I have taken skiffs out and fished in the bay, and that back bay in San Diego Bay, over by the mothball fleet for the Navy, is a great place to go catch um, bonefish. You can catch them with what are they called? The ghost shrimp. Just use a piece of ghost shrimp or a whole ghost shrimp. A piece of ghost shrimp was enough, and it works out really good. And that's pretty cool. I mean, there's not too many places. I don't know any other place on the. Well, I've caught them in Alamitos Bay, so there's a few places in Southern California where you can catch bonefish, and San Diego Bay is one of the easiest places to catch them. Hey Dan, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, what other questions? So Jeff caught yellowfin tuna today. That's cool. Yeah. So you guys are talking about different medicines to take for seasickness. The one I see work the most are the patches. You have to get that from prescription from your doctor. I've never taken Dramamine or Bonine or any of those other things, but I don't know. Yeah, and don't take the medicine just before you get on the boat. Do you do law enforcement trips? I don't know what that means. Like, I take everybody fishing. I don't care if you're law enforcement, you know, I take everybody fishing. Yeah, Jeff has a good point there. Don't have any alcohol the night before a trip. If you're, especially if you're prone to get seasickness, don't drink. Don't have that beer or whatever mixed drink, something like that. And Kevin brings up a good point. Something that used to work before, I used to see a lot. They've been bought and sold a few times as a relief band. I know people that used to use that and did well. That's the only thing I seen work on somebody that was already sick, and we used to put relief bands on them on the boat, and that would help them. Okay, what else? Dan, hey Dan, how do you I donate? Well, you already did right there where the dollar sign is underneath my logo there, where you can leave a comment, um, where it says say something. If you press that dollar sign, that will do a super chat. So I guess it gives you options on how much you can donate. So I don't, I've never used it, so I don't know how it works, but that's a basic way. Okay, I got another text. Dodgers are ahead 3-2. Paul, hello. Adam, hello. So let me skip down to some of the later messages because I'm way behind trying to read these. Albert wants to catch his first yellowtail. Um, I would say go on a trip right now to Catalina. Al caught his first yellowtail today. A couple of other guys on the boat today caught their very first yellowtail. We didn't have tons of yellowtail, but we had 11 for 16 people. So that was pretty good. No, we only had 15 people on the boat today because me and the camera guy don't count. So 15 people on the boat today, and we had 11 yellowtail. And we probably lost a good 7 or 8. I mean, I lost mine at color. So you can't catch any yellowtail sitting at home. Get on a boat and go. And you can also, if you want to spend a little bit more money, go out of San Diego and go on a tuna trip right now that's going down the coast. There are yellowtail down there and yellowfin tuna, but Catalina Island is a good bet for to get a chance at yellowtail. You want to fish 25-pound tests. If you're really experienced, I'd say maybe 20-pound, but first time angler, I would say 25-pound test. And maybe 25-pound test fluorocarbon would help you too. So what other? Oh, somebody else just did a super chat. Michael Jackson. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Thank you, Dan. What's this one? Angel wants to know personal best yellowtail. My personal best yellowtail. I would say just under 40 pounds. I don't think I've got one over 40. Maybe one. Most of them, my bigger ones have been 35, 36, 38, something like that. I don't think I've caught one over 40 yet. I've been on boats where 50 pounders, 55 pounders were caught at. Um, so we got one at a couple at Guadalupe. I think we got a 45 pounder at Benitez. But at Catalina, I mean, they were getting some 40 pounders earlier this year. So J90 wants to know, what does Opa taste like? It's super delicious. It doesn't taste like tuna, but it is good. We'll get April come make an appearance. Come on, April. April. There you go. So we have a bunch of new people here. Thank you for joining us. We're at 90 people today. I'm sure we'll get to 100 today. We've only been here 30 minutes. Okay, what other messages do we have here? Now, I agree with those comments on the Gale Force. Very good boat, very good crew. Jared does a good job on there. Yeah, you guys should come with me on one of my trips. Like I said, today we had 15 people on the boat, and probably half of them, now that I think about it, were part of this group. People like Al, people like Albert, people like Oz. There's quite a few of you guys. We filmed a little video together that I'm going to post tomorrow, so you can see it right here on my YouTube channel. So you'll see some. You won't recognize them because everybody's got masks on, but you'll see them. Jeff, I didn't know that they can target OPA, but I guess that you said that's in Hawaii. So Michael Jackson's asked, how do you do a super chat? You just did it, Michael. Thank you very much for that $10 gift. And for those of you that don't know how to do it, it's that $ logo or deal down there where it says right below, say something. You click that, and then whatever amount you want to send in, that's how you do it. The other thing I really enjoyed today on the boat was what you guys told me, what you thought about these um, video blogs or these chats. Some of you have been around a long time. When I started in March, doing it 3 days a week, 4 days a week, and you told me how it helped you, and I shared with you some of the stories from the letters I got from some of you that are on here now, and how they moved me, and how much I really appreciate it. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. Deep blue, yellowtail, east or west end. Today we got all our yellowtail on the back of the island. We didn't fish the front of the island at all, and we got them all along the back. We fished from the west end all the way about halfway down the island, and we hooked yellowtail just about every spot, but we only landed a few. Yeah, Paul, that's true. I mean, some people just want to analyze. And one of the things I notice with young people these days, they want to research everything. They want read every review of every skipper, every boat before they make a decision, buy a ticket. And I tell you guys, the best way to learn the crews and learn the boats and get experience fishing is fishing. You can read 20 reviews on people, and they could be wrong. If you have 20 people that have never been fishing before, and they write a really lousy, crappy review about a skipper because they don't know what's going on, they don't understand how they're making decisions and all that, um, you're going to get bad reviews. And the best way you get a good review, a personal review, to know what's going on, is jump on boats, jump on different boats. The one thing I would tell you to be careful of is, and I don't know if I don't think it's happening right now as bad, but the Groupon boats, there's certain boats like in Newport and other places like that that are all Groupon. And when I do my private charters, I would, if we're fishing an area and there's some boats running Groupon trips, I would point it out to them. Said that boat there with 95 people, that boat there with 100 people, those are all Groupon boats, and that's why you pay more money for just the four of you to be on a boat with me. Yes, you're paying a lot more than a Groupon ticket, but you're not one of 105 people on a boat with seating for like 15 people and one or two bathrooms for 105 people. So, I mean, and I would just advise you not to go on Groupon boats. You're not going to have a good experience. But you can go and experience at different boats, different landings. Some landings you have to pay for parking. Some landings the parking is free. Some landings the parking is hard to get. Other landings parking's easy and it's free. So it just depends what you want to experience. And I fish all up and down the coast. I'll be in Emeryville next weekend. Some of the guys will on here will be there with me too. The guys up in North Cal, like Brian, he's going to be fishing with me up there, and some of the other guys. Hey Brian, I just got your picture. Thank you. Nice yellowtail. So yeah, some of the other guys that are here that are from Northern Cal. Um, I really recommend that you try different places. Here I got a nice email here from Tony, and thanking me for his tips and information. And yesterday he won his first jackpot at Caleen Island. I wish there was a way to share these pictures with you guys. It doesn't seem like I can do that here, but Tony, thank you very much. And it was good that the techniques we talk about and I've been telling you guys about are working, and you guys are catching fish with it. I saw it today with Al, and Tony's just telling me about another one. So, yeah, I wish there was a way to add images on this thing so you guys could see them, but there's no way to attach an image. I guess I'm going to have to print pictures out so I can show you guys for next time. Aaron caught a fish on a jig. Kevin's talking about some of the big yellowtail are coming up from Cortez Bank. Hey, there's Derek. Hello, Derek. Where's Tyler? I haven't seen Tyler today. Adam, have I ever been on Dana Pride? No, I don't think I've been on. That's probably the one boat out of Dana Point I haven't been on. Maybe I'll ask him next year if they'll let me go on that boat. We film shows there almost every year. We didn't film one this year there, but they want me to film it next year for their 50th anniversary. So I'm going to film one next year there. Yeah, so Kevin's saying that Cortez Bank is where they begin 60-pound yellowtail. Any yellowtail in magic? I hooked one today in magic metal. It ran me in the kelp, and I lost the magic metal. Didn't get the fish. The fish that I lost next to the boat, and I got wrapped with all the spectras, was on live bait. Favorite boat? There's too many boats to say favorite boat. I like a lot of different boats, and I'm not going to call out any specific boats. But you can pretty much tell the boats I like a lot because those are the boats that I charter for the TV show. So if there's a boat I really don't like, I don't film on it. I have to believe in the crew, the boat. They have to be ethical. So that's how we film the shows. Raspberry likes my haircut. Thank you. I was just tired of having all that hair, and I couldn't do anything. Couldn't get a haircut because of everything being closed. So I'm glad I got to get a haircut. So Jeff says yes, that they are more common. Do you sell stickers? I usually give them away on our fishing trips. I guess we could sell them. I mean, I'd send them to you guys for free, but just all the postage and the shipping and all that packaging is like a pain. But yeah, we could sell stickers if you guys want stickers. Raspberry going on a 2-day next Thursday on Excalibur. Which setups you recommend? Um, Problem with the 2-day, you probably have to bring a little bit of everything. You have to bring that smaller, lighter stuff for the yellowtail, the yellowfin tuna, and the dorado. And you probably need to bring one or two heavy outfits in case they spend one day chasing those 200 and 300 pound sized tunas, the fish that Jeff likes to go fish for. So don't worry about anything for kite fishing. They'll have all that on the boat, but you might need to do that. Yeah, I don't think the bluefin are going anywhere. I mean, they're not. The volume of the bluefin isn't around like they were earlier in the year. Now it's the big fish are off San Clemente in different spots, but I don't. I think it's going to be like last year. You're not going to see them go away anywhere. John, what did you guys catch out there? You're talking about today, Catalina. Today, Catalina, we had limits of bonita, 11 yellowtail. The jackpot fish was close to 30 pounds. It was a big fish, somewhere between 25 and 30. And I even caught yellows. First fish of the day I got on the boat was a little yellow. And I'm going to probably cook him up tomorrow. It was really good fishing. Yeah, if you guys support me on Patreon, you can get stickers. I hand them out there. Jeff says he looks forward to our chats. I'm glad you guys liked them. Susan, I don't know. You new here, Susan? Hey, Dan, what's for dinner? I already had my dinner. I was hungry when I got home. So I stopped on the way home, picked up a patty melt. So I had a patty melt. Victor, do I think there will be a Fred Hall show? For this year in Long Beach, we already had it. For Del Mar, they didn't have one this year, and I don't see them having one this year. I'm hoping that the Fred Hall shows for Del Mar and for LA will be back next year, but who knows? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have to wait till a vaccine comes out. I don't know if they're going to have to wait till everybody gets access to a vaccine. I have no idea how that's going to work. I'm hoping there's a Fred Hall show. I like to see all you guys, so hopefully there'll be a Fred Hall show. J90, Dan, how do you stay motivated out on the water after a tough day of fishing? You mean while I'm on the water? How do I stay motivated? See, it's my happy place. I've been doing the TV show for 34 years. The fishing part, the part being on the water, talking to you guys, catching fish, pulling fish in, all that. That's the easy part. That's the part I enjoy the most. The hardest part for me of the TV show is all the business stuff, trying to find the sponsors, negotiating deals with sponsors, negotiating deals with TV stations and networks, trying to get other networks to carry my TV show, the marketing, licensing my programs to other countries. I just got an email from a distributor that handles Africa, and they want to carry my TV show, I'm sorry, throughout most of Africa. And they're talking about going ahead and licensing like 100 episodes and run them in, I don't know, like 70-80% of Africa. And then they're going to close caption them and all that. I mean, that'd be cool. Like right now, I have episodes running in Kuwait. I had episodes running in Qatar. 1 year, I had episodes running at the Vatican. But right now, I think I just have some episodes in Kuwait, and I think that deal's almost done. But the fishing part's easy. There's, me on the water fishing. That's what I like to do. Okay, what other questions are here? What's your opinion on keeping bass? I've never kept a spotty. I've kept calicos, but I've never kept a spotty. Collins, anybody catching bonita? Yeah, we caught limits of bonita today at Catalina. Yeah, guys, let's press the like buttons. We got 70 likes so far, and we have 110 people in here. So let's do that. And if some of you want to support me with the super chat, press that and make your little donation. That'd be awesome. We did much better on the super chat on Tuesday, but whatever you guys can do, I appreciate it. And you can always go shop on my website, if you want to do that. We have some trips that just opened up. I think we have 1 or 2 spots on the Sea Star. We have a couple of spots now open on the Coral Sea. We finally figured out who's going to go and who's not going to go on that trip. So that's open. I don't think we've opened up the Legend yet. I haven't seen that yet, but here's a link that you guys can use to see what trips I have coming up. And you can go there and it'll show you them. And we're probably going to add a couple more trips on Tuesday. Jeff, back in August. Yeah, Jeff said he had clients get Yellowtail in the 50-pound range. That's cool. Out of Cortez. I still can't believe you can run out to Cortez from Dana Point and back the same day. Just amazing how fast your boat must be. Yeah, there's a comment here that Groupon boats are perfect jackpot stealing opportunities. Yeah, that's probably true. I just don't want to be around that many people on a boat. Lewis, I'm going on the Enterprise and I want to know, what do you think about barrel swivels with clips? Okay, Lewis, look right into the camera. Look in my face and repeat after me. Lewis, tell yourself, never, ever, ever use a swivel, a clip-on swivel, or any swivel with an iron jig. Okay? There's a reason that all the iron jigs have a ring on it. That's supposed to be like part of the design so that it swims correctly. So do not ever tie on a swivel there. I probably have swivels in here. The only time I want to ever see you guys really use a swivel is if you're using it on the bottom of a rock fishing rig, or if you're using it for like a Carolina rig. Here's the swivel. Okay. All of you, please never ever take a swivel, and I'm not just blaming Lewis or whoever that was, just because I get this question all the time. Do not ever use a swivel and pin it on to a jig. Okay. It kills the action and you won't catch anything. If you're using a Carolina rig to bass fish or to catch halibut or for trout fishing, something like that, then they're ideal. But for fishing with metal jigs, for fishing with a bucktail, do not never do this. Never put on a bucktail with the swivel. All right. So I hope I wasn't being mean about that, but just want to be clear. Let's not use swivels for that type of fishing. How close are they to shore? I guess Matthew asked about bonita. I've seen when I was on Belmont Pier a couple weeks ago, they were catching bonita right on the pier. So when I was growing up, we would go fish Belmont Pier all the time. We would catch bonita there. Seal Beach Pier, we would catch them there. When I was high school age, college age, we would fish the rocks right behind Alamedos Pier. If you guys know where Ballast Point brewery is or restaurant is in Alamedos Bay, where all those restaurants are there, that used to be a dirt lot. And on the other side of it, there was no fences. And we would fish those rocks there in San Gabriel River. And we used to catch bonita, lots of bonita, just using dead anchovies, casting them out with spinning rods and just let them drift down, no weights, no nothing. And the bonita would swim through and we'd catch them. And that was fun. That was fun running up and down the rocks, trying to bring in the bonita. Bonita. That was fun. Jeff, I'd recommend, oh, okay, for Yellowtail. Joseph, what is the boat name for Emeryville? How often you come to Bay Area? I go there every September, the last weekend in September. I'm always there the last weekend. So this coming weekend, I will be in Emeryville. I'll be fishing the first day on the New Huck Fin, and the second day I'll be on the Seawolf. So if some of you that are here from the Bay Area that are on this super chat or in this chat, and you'd like to meet me and say hello, you can meet me when the boats come in. You can call the landing at Emeryville and ask them, during the day, what time on Saturday will the New Huck Fin be in? What time on Sunday will Seawolf be in? And they'll tell you, and you can meet me on the dock there when I get there. But I will be in Emeryville this coming weekend. I was thinking about doing like we did it one year up there, where we did a meet and greet at one of the restaurants, but all the restaurants are closed, so we can't really do that. I mean, they have outdoor dining, but couldn't have 100 people show up or something, so that wouldn't work out. What type of fishing do the boats in Emeryville? They offer everything up there. They offer salmon trips. They have a couple of boats that only salmon fish. They have a couple of boats like the New Huck Fin and the Seawolf that primarily are fishing rockfish. But when the weather's bad, they're in the bay catching stripers, halibut, white sea bass. We just posted some episodes on my YouTube channel where you can see that stuff. We're fishing out at Emeryville, and we're catching those kinds of fish. Hey, Connie, thank you for that super chat payment. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can put a clip here for you guys for one of the Emeryville trips. Here's one from last year on the Sea Wolf. And the captains of the Sea Wolf and the New Huck Finn, John and Jay, are brothers. They're really nice guys. So there's a link there if you guys would like to see an episode that we did last year there. And they both run great operations. And if you're thinking you'd like to go with me on one of my TV filming trips, here is a link for that. And it was really nice today to spend time with a bunch of you that are here on my YouTube live. That was really nice. I really liked it. Yeah, I agree with Jeff guys here when he says any knot is better than a swivel. Michael Jackson. I don't have no idea what that's about. Um, what else is here? Yeah, you guys don't use any swivels with your rigs. Dr. Doug, what do you think is the best boat to fish in Emeryville for rock fishing? I don't know which is the best, but I just tell you the two boats I go on for rock fishing all the time are the New Hook Fin and the Sea Wolf. I know if you go on either one of those boats, you won't be disappointed. And they're both great boats, and they're both brothers. And they run great operations. So those are the two boats I would tell you to go on. What else do we have here? Adam, are loops better than use a swivel? Yes. If you want to fish for rockfish, you can use a dropper loop. There are swivels, um, like a three-way swivel, or they have some that are in sleeves that slide on that you crimp on. Those are great for rock fishing, but you don't want to use a swivel for tying onto a lure. There is no good swivel for connecting onto a lure or a bucktail or anything like that. Okay. Michael Jackson, do you have on your website examples of different rigs? I really don't. Probably the best thing to do is just search the rigs. Um, just search the different rigs, like a dropper loop rig, um, stuff like that, right here on YouTube, and that would probably work out good. There's lots of videos and stuff like that on rigging, and if you guys want to see videos on different rigs, I can make videos for you like that. I have lots of videos here on my YouTube channel about how to tie a dropper loop rig, how to tie a reverse dropper loop rig. I probably have one on how to do a Carolina rig. So if there's anything like that you guys want me to do, I'd be glad to do that for you. Okay. Yeah, like Jeff says, any knot is better than a swivel. Connie, thanks again for your cash donation. I appreciate that. Adam is asking for fly lining. Should I use a loop knot? Um, I like a perfection loop knot. I don't tie that all the time. I do tie it when the fishing's real picky. One of the guys that was on the boat today, I wish I remember his name. He caught his first yellowtail today, also, like Al did. And he was telling me that he feels like he got it because like Adam's asking about loop knots. I always preach a lot about tying a loop knot so your bait swims really free and good. And this gentleman explained to me how he didn't know how to tie a loop knot, but he took my advice and bought a ring hook, and he tied his knot to the ring so his bait can move better. And he caught his first yellowtail today. So that's pretty neat. At least 3 or 4 people that caught yellowtail today was their first yellowtail. So that was nice. And to hear you guys tell me how these chats helped you on that. And with Al, it was really nice because he'd been with me on a private charter. So it was nice to see him learn from that. Colin, would I be willing to do a meetup in Oceanside? Yeah, Oceanside Pier. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. We just have to wait for this COVID thing to go away so we can have groups of people together. Stefan Gonzalez, you're the man. So many years of great shows. Yeah, if you guys want to meet me, come on one of my fishing trips or hire me for a private charter. Like I said, we have fishing trips still left for the year. And I think I'm going to book a couple of more trips for October and November. Um, Maybe not necessarily filming trips, but just trips so we can meet. It was nice. It was really nice today to meet so many of you on the boat, and it was nice. And Oz, he came out today. That was his second time that he fished with me, and like he said, he really liked the group of people on the boat, and it works out nice. Rain Gals asking, going down to Baja, wanted to bring the captain some hooks. What do I bring them? You bring them live bait hooks. If you're gonna go down to like Cabo the East Cape, Loretto, you probably don't want to take anything small. Well, they could probably use some small hooks too, like a size two hook. But normally you'd be using down there 1/0s to 6/0 hooks. 1/0 to 6/0 live bait hooks is what they can use. They could also use leader. I'd bring them 100-pound leader and 150-pound leader, Mateo, and that they would really appreciate that. If you have some old lures or trolling lures that you don't use, you could give them that too. All that kind of stuff they can use, and it's hard for them to use. Yeah, Jeff, don't use a swivel. Just tie your line straight to the jig. Yeah, so again, for Emeryville, the 2 boats I like the best down there that I use, and I wouldn't say they're the best boats there, but the boats that I've been consistently on and done shows there for many, many years is the Seawolf and the New Hook Fin. Oh, it's a Nicholas saying that white sea bass are in the bay right now. Yeah, they were there last year when I was there this month in September, and we caught like 4 or 5 of them on different shows. So that was pretty cool. So hopefully we get to fish them again this year. I don't know what the weather is going to be. I've heard mixed resorts reports that it's going to be nice weather, and I heard from other people that they think that the weather is going to be really bad. So what's nice about the Bay Area in Emeryville, if the weather's really bad, it means you're fishing in the bay and you're catching stripers, halibut, and white sea bass. And really, to me, that's not a penalty. I can go catch lingcod and rockfish up and down the coast, but there's not too many places where you can go catch a lot of halibut, catch stripers, and have a shot of white sea bass. So um, I like that kind of fishing. I really enjoyed it doing it last year when we were up there in Emeryville. Vince, you should do a fishing tour of California, Dan. Basically, that's what my TV show is every week, Vincent. We fish from San Diego to San Francisco. Um, you know, just look at where I'm going to be in October. October, I'm going to be Oceanside on the Sea Star. I'm going to be in Santa Barbara on the Coral Sea, and we have room on those trips. And I'm going to be in San Diego twice, once on a day and a half trip on the Legend, and then on a 2-day trip on the Tomahawk. So I do that. I go up and down the coast, California, and if you guys want to join me, there's a link there, and you can see what trips I have available right now. Um, Matthew, can a rod tip be up? Can the rod tip be up on the rod holder while trolling feathers? I don't really quite understand that, Matthew. The rod tip be up on the rod holder. If you're asking if the line should be flat when trolling feathers, I would say yes. And you can do that with the release clip if you have the rod in a rod holder. But I think that's what you're asking. Meanwhile, one of the show that we filmed in August beyond, as it really takes about 4 months for the shows to come out. And it's not that it takes 4 months to edit them. It's just that we don't want to air everything we catch right at one time because we want to mix up the shows. We want to mix up some rock fishing with some calico bass fishing with maybe a Baja trip or a tuna trip. So you're not watching 1 month of sculpin episodes, 1 month of tuna episodes. We try to break them all down. That's cute. Save your swivels for keychains. Yeah, Colin, we could do some sort of meet and greet down in Oceanside. I have no problem with that. Well, Adam, hopefully one day you can come join me on a private charter. And if not, we can always meet here every Tuesday and Thursday. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, guys. I'm still here. Had a great day on the water, great day fishing. So have no problem talking to you guys. Hey, Dan, how do you tell if a surface iron swims? It's easy. When you cast it out and you wind it in, watch the action on it. And you should watch it all the time. A surface jig like this one, a Magic Metal Light, you want to watch it swim in to see how fast you should work the reel. And that's how you find out the right speed. You want it to kick side to side, side to side. So that's how you do it. And the only way you can do that is to watch the lure come in. Okay, Joseph, I can do some videos on how to tie up rigs. I will work on that. So Martin likes that idea. Do some rig dimming, rig knot tying. Yeah, we could do it here too. I've done it in the past. I've showed you guys the Hernandez knot. I've showed you guys the Palomar knot. We can do that. If you guys want to target that stuff on Tuesday, we can kind of do that. I'll get some materials together and I can show you guys some knots and stuff, if that'll help. And I'll try to hold them up here so you can see how you tie it all up. So the question is, have I seen any tuna around Catalina? I have not seen any tuna around Catalina, but talking to Jared today when I was on the Gale Force, he did say a couple of days ago that they did see tuna on the meter around Dolphin. They didn't catch any. They stopped on one school, but the fish didn't stop. Yeah, Stefan, there's lots of great knots. The San Diego Jam knot's a good knot. We can talk about different knots. Jake, what's the best color surface for iron? It really depends on what the bait fish are. Like Matthew says, that mint color, 45 by Tatty is a great color. Scrambled eggs is a traditional color. Blue and white's traditional color. For the magic metal jigs, the yellows I've caught this year so far have been on the yellow and green jig. Green and yellow combinations worked out for me really good. If you guys want to see my jigs, the bucktails, the magic metal lights, all that stuff, all the kits I have for, we have some beginner kits for the bucktails where you guys can pick them up and stuff. I have all that stuff on my website. So here's a link here where you can see the magic metal lights, the magic metal jigs, all that kind of stuff. And there's a link there. Where's the question here? What time of year do you run open charters on your boat with only 4 people? We do private charters all year round. And starting next month, we'll start doing some lobster trips. But as far as open party where you just buy one spot, we don't do too many of those trips. We did that in the beginning of COVID to get people out and get them to try fishing. But if you want to ever just charter my boat and bring 3 of your friends with you or the family, you just call my office anytime you want to do that, and we'll set up a trip for you. Here are my trips that I offer and my rates for my private charters. And we have everything from half-day trips to offshore tuna trips. But what I really kind of specialize are the local half-day, three-quarter-day trips and Catalina. I do quite a few Catalina trips. I'll be Catalina on my boat on Saturday, so we'll do that. Stefan, do you think the tuna bite is still going strong? The tuna bite's been a little bit slower, but Jeff said he was out today and they caught a bunch of yellowfin today down south. So it looks like it's coming back. And I think it's going to come back. We get some more storms, more hurricanes. Last year we were catching tuna the whole year. My last tuna trip I had last year was the week before Christmas, and we had limits of bluefin tuna. So they're around. They're just outside a little bit, or the big ones are off San Clemente, so they're there. Yeah, so Jeff says he was out south of San Diego today, and he went from Dana Point all the way south to San Diego, and he caught a bunch of fish. So, Yowboy, Joy 3, it was that. How many people on your private charters and how much? I take 4 people or less. I have people that charter me that just 2 people come on the boat. I had one guy, he came by himself. He was from out of town, just wanted to go out. So here's the link here. It takes you to my private charter website. It's called dhfishingadventures.com. And there's a link there to see the trips we offer and the prices for those trips. Matthew, how fast is your boat and how long does it take? If the weather's calm, I can run 20 knots and we can be there in an hour and 5 minutes or so. Yeah, Jeff, why don't we do an open house on your boat? We can all meet there in Dana Point. That'd be cool. Jeff's talking about you might get in trouble if he stops in San Diego for dinner. Vincent, maybe we could do a raffle like that. Do something maybe on a half-day trip. Yeah, James. Catalina's would be a great place to fish this weekend. I will be there Saturday at Catalina with the private charter, 4 people. We're going to look for yellowtail, bonita. I don't have any doubt we'll catch limit bonita. The question is, how many yellowtail will we get? So we'll see how that goes. Adam, have I ever been on the Blue Horizon at Oceanside? Yes, I have. Um, Isaac, yeah. Um, these surface jigs, like a Magic Middle Light, there it is, are great. Tatties are great. Some of the Salis jigs are good. But yeah, we catch a lot of yellowtails. The yellowtails I caught last week at Catalina were on this jig, but in the green and yellow and the smaller one, the MM5. And you can see those on my website at sport-fishing.com. Here's a link to all the different lures that we have there, and the ones you want to get for surface fishing would be the Magic Middle Light. There you go. There's a link to that. Anthony, do breakfast burritos come with your trips? No. But I do make breakfast burritos on my trips. If you've ever been on a private charter with me, that's what I normally have in the morning is a breakfast burrito. Jeff, there is a weak tropical storm off Cabo. So that's going to push more warm water up. Oh, Robert. Yeah, Robert's brought up a good point that February this year, we caught tuna. We were down at Colonette coming home, ran into a big school of tuna. And we got one fish that James, one of my buddies, caught, went to high school with, over 100 pounds. I think it was like 125 pounds. And he got it on a Komoda 400. He had lots of trouble bringing it in. So the crew had to help him. But yeah, we caught tuna in February. So on the Tomahawk, we caught the last tuna on it for the year on the week before Christmas. And we caught the first tuna on it for this year in February when we came back from Colonette. So yeah, I don't think those fish are going anywhere. Let me see. Yeah, so Mike, Jeff doesn't do charters. He has his own boat, and he has a very successful company. So he only takes out his employees and he takes out his customers, but he doesn't run a charter business. He doesn't take people out for hire. He takes his friends out, his clients out, and that's what he does. He just loves to go fishing, and he doesn't even live in Southern California right now. He lives in Illinois, but he's down here a lot. He has a big account with a big company here in Southern California, and he takes the clients out fishing. His customers from his business, and that's what they like to do. So it works out nice. James, I'll probably be on the back of the island. I'll probably be on the back of the island on Saturday, especially on Saturday, because on the front of the island it's going to be slammed with dive boats. It'll be slammed with little skiffs. My boat's fast enough that I can run to the back of the island, hit a bunch of spots, catch all the bonito we want, some bass, and hopefully get some yellowtail too. And I'll be on the backside. We'll be fishing magic metal light jigs and we'll be fishing live sardines. So Danny, was it Pana, wants to know, do you guys tip the deckhands when you don't catch any fish? Yes. Especially on the days you don't catch any fish, you must tip the crew because they're like the restaurant business. All the deckhands and the skippers and all them. I mean, some of the skippers get paid better, that depending who they work for, but most of the crew members and all them, they're making minimum wage or less. You know, so you want to really tip them, because even if it's a bad day of fishing, nobody catches a fish. They were still there all day. They were still watching you, taking care of you, getting bait for you, keeping the bathrooms clean, cooking the food for you on the boat, loading the boat up with bait. They did all that stuff for you, and they brought you home safe. And you should tip them. You should reward them. You know, it's called fishing. It's not called catching. I'm sure you guys have all heard that. So, you know, go ahead and please tip them if you catch fish, if you don't catch fish. James, no, I'm not trolling. My boat travels too fast to troll going back and forth to the island. Terry, if I do a private charter raffle, I'll buy $100 in tickets. If I do a private charter raffle and one person gets to come fish with me um, on one of my open party private charter trips, I'm probably gonna have to sell the tickets for like $50. It's not going to be a $5 ticket, because that spot's going to be worth a few $100s. So it might be like a $25 ticket or $50 ticket, but it's not going to be a $5 ticket. Nicholas, yeah, I have episodes filmed from my personal boat. We filmed one this year with Rocky Carroll, the actor from NCIS, and I have some episodes already on my YouTube channel from my boat that we have there. And there's a bunch of little video clips from my private charters that you guys can see where I take customers out and I film them from my boat. My boat, my private charter boat, leaves out of Long Beach and Shoreline Marina. We're down there by the Long Beach Convention Center, and I pick you up at Shoreline Marina and take you wherever you want to go fishing. Here's a link again to the trips I offer and the rates. So that will be going on there. We got 11 Yellowtail today. No, I have not been on Jeff's boat. I'd like to see Jeff's boat. I've probably seen Jeff's boat pass by me because he goes so fast, but I have not been on Jeff's boat. Yeah, Jeff, I don't think there's a lot of weekend warriors go to the back of the island. They usually run in the front of the island and fish all the traditional spots that they've heard about. But there aren't that many people on the back of the island. And so it won't be too bad. Yeah, so Vince, Jeff fished with me 30 years ago, he said. And you guys don't know it, but Jeff used to work on boats too. Mr. Cali Cool, which fishing company do you recommend out of Long Beach and Newport? Out of Long Beach, I recommend mine. I do private charters for 4 people or less, and there's a link there for you. Out of Newport, I would probably say Bongos. I mean, I like Bongos when Joe ran it, owned it. I haven't fished with the guys that own it now, but I know it's like a real legit service. They do a good job. Uh, Henry, do you only tip deckhands, not captains? As a rule, they all share the tips, But there are some boats like the Enterprise. The Enterprise is a tricky boat. It's a great boat, great crew. But I say tricky because when you go to tip, you need to ask who you're tipping. Because on the Enterprise, they have one tip for the two deckhands on the deck, which I think they split with the captain, and then there's another tip just for the galley cook. So on most boats, like the Gale Force, the Triton, um, all the San Diego boats, the tip is shared amongst the whole crew. Um, some boats, like um, the Enterprise, I'm not sure if the City of Long Beach is the same. They split the tip up between the galley cook collects his own tip, and then the crew on the deck, the deckhands, the two deckhands, and the skipper, they split their own tip, and they get the side money for cutting fish and all that kind of stuff. So you guys, please tip the crews whenever you're out there. Please, please, please. Robert says he likes the videos I make when I'm catching opali with my boat tied at the dock. I'm gonna probably film some episodes like that with live bait. I've caught some really nice sand bass from my boat when I have bait left over. Okay. Adam, I don't know if you know this, but this year on the Sea Star, there's no galley cook because of COVID. They're only running 10 people. I have a trip on the Sea Star the first Sunday in October, and we were planning to take 18 people, and Captain Joe called us, and we can only take 10, which means only 8 anglers because me and the cameraman are included in the 10. So this year, anybody going with us on the Sea Star, you have to bring your own drinks and your own bait. I mean, not your own bait. I'm sorry, your own drinks and your own food. But they're not doing. They're not going to have any hot food on there. So no, fish cleaning is not the tip. You pay them to clean the fish. They charge you a fee per fish, and sometimes they charge you by the size of the fish. But tipping is above that. So if your fish cleaning bill is $15 or $20, that's one fee. Whatever you had in the galley, if you spent $5 or $50 in the galley, and if you had a bunch of beers and you had a couple of burgers and breakfast burrito and you spent $30, that's a different fee. But the tip is above all that. That's a separate deal. So you really, really want to tip the crews. That's what these guys live off, you know. It really makes their year if they get good tips, and it helps them a lot. So Grant Peterson is going on his second charter this weekend. He's never caught a tuna or any fish that size. I would say make sure you have good line on your reels, and bring some fluorocarbon. If you don't know how to tie the knot for the mono to fluorocarbon, ask the crew to do it for you. Have a selection of hooks from a size 2 to a 3.0 because you don't know what size bait you're going to have. Maybe some small sliding sinkers. If this is only your second trip, first time tuna fishing, don't worry about jigs or anything like that. Just concentrate on using the live bait. You want like 7.5, 8 foot rod for casting for that smaller grade of tuna that they're catching now, and the yellowtail and the dorado. So 25-pound rig, 30-pound rig should be perfect for that. If you have a second rig, I take like a 40-pound rig, and that would be good. And ask the crew to check your reel to set the drag. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make is they don't know how to set the drag on the reel, and sometimes it's too loose or it's way too tight. And when you get bit and you put your reel in gear and line is screaming off your reel, do not put your hand on the spool. Just trust in the equipment and let the drag and the rod tip beat up the fish and slow it down, and then you can bring it in. All right. Grant, you're going to be using a spinning rod. Make sure you got a rod that can handle 25, 30-pound test line. You have to have at least that. And you might want to rent a heavier rod. So you can rent them there. Yeah, you guys should really treat your tips like you do at a restaurant. If the service was decent and they tried hard, doesn't matter what the fishing was, do the 20% tip. If you really thought it was terrible, you want to give them 10%, I would still give them 20% tip. But those guys, like today, they caught their very first fish, give them more. The one gentleman today caught that 30-pound yellowtail. He was out there with his son. He had a great time, and he didn't hesitate. He gave the whole jackpot to the crew, and the guys were very grateful for that. I'm pretty sure they cleaned his fish for free, just because he gave them the whole tip. So they really appreciate that. All right, guys, I've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm kind of beat. I still need to go take a shower. I still got my shirt on from today. So I'm going to say good night. And thank those of you that did the super chat and gave me the money. That was awfully good. I really appreciate it. And that's pretty good. All right, guys, have a good night. I will be back here on Tuesday. I'll be fishing over the weekend. And I'll give you a report on how we did. And if you want to see the pictures from today's trip, please go to my Instagram. And maybe later tonight or tomorrow, I will put it on my Facebook page and pictures from today's trip. All right. Bye, everybody. Talk to you later. Good night.